$2, but this was $2 well spent in order to have a warm fire tonight. So always have extra tools. Well, it's come another big downpour, and it's been raining for the last 20 minutes. Still trying to cook breakfast in the rain. Welcome back to Time by the Tent, up for another weekend. As you saw, things have really changed in the woods in the week that I wasn't here over the Labor Day weekend. So, got a lot of things to do, going to need your help. So I'm going to go down and get the stuff out of the car, and we'll meet back here in about 20 minutes, and we will get stuff rocking and rolling for the weekend. Next weekend, next Saturday, is opening for archery bow here in Wisconsin, so I need to get that done tomorrow. I can do a lot of things here around camp tonight, and then we'll hang the stand tomorrow. So meet you back up here in about 20 minutes. Heading down to get stuff out of the car. I didn't see this on the way up. That appears, if I remember right, would be raccoon, I think. I got some there and some there. That would be the first indication of any type of animal on this side of the trail where the tent is. Now, I noticed this last time I was up here, there is some type of, like trail that kind of runs in that direction to get to the water. And there's one right through there as well. But never have seen or heard of any of the animals on this side. And you can see the fronds are starting to die down, die back. Saw that on the way up. So just transition time in the woods. Alright, I'm going to got a new lantern. Got this at a thrift store for $10. Never been used. Some dings on it. $10, that's matches similar to, it's not the same brand, but very similar to the same size. This is a made in China. I got some Japanese writing on it. This one is not Japanese writing, but I'm going to fill that up to get that soaking so that wick will work. And then the intentions is to take the postal digger and probably about right there work around that tree root and do the same thing as I did over there. Put a post in the ground with a nail so we have more illumination at night. Alright, that's complete. Just a piece of pine that was dead. Had to work out good. Got one there, one on that tree. Have one on that stick that we talked about, one on that tree, and then one on that tree. And illuminates just enough light at night you can see whenever you're staring at the campfire. So it just adds a little ambience to it. Lights up the area a little bit, more of a natural way rather than have light strung from the trees. But if that's your thing, that's your thing. This is what we're working with right now. Okay, added a light to the tent in addition to the fan. That's just a USB fan. And this is just a 4-inch Happy Leaf LED grow light that has all the spectrums of light that illuminates. As it gets darker, it's really going to show good, and it runs off USB cords and into our power station. They don't make that anymore. It was a part of their 2018 growing indoors kit, but they are an associate with us on our garden radio show. If you're interested in grow lights, a coupon code Joey Holly to save 10% on orders over $90 at happyleafled.com. But this works really good for in the tent here. Next thing is I got to switch out the damper. I was having problems last week, and I got a new damper, and I'm going to see if the damper needs to be replaced, which I think it does, or something has gone wonky in there, and then I need to fix it so it will correctly work. It's going to have to be replaced. It's very stiff, and then that rod in there just will not stay in place. I'm going to put the new one in. It just keeps coming loose. The spring is shot here that would hold that. So I'll get that replaced and we'll see how the new one works. I got in there with a lot of... took too long to do it. What happened was this point here... Let me get the light out here. The point on the other one had been shaved down about a quarter of an inch in order for it to go in and do the twist and then come back up in and get out the hole. So I got I don't know if this is a bastard file or what it is, but it's a file for $2 that I picked up at Goodwill. The intentions was to use it on the axe, but this was $2 well spent in order to have a warm fire tonight. So always have extra tools, and I matched it up with the old one, and it was significantly longer than the old one. So that's closed, nice and firm, and then open. The other one, I'll show you, it was shot, and the reason why was metal where my thumb is, that was all starting to get flaked off. So it was getting very loose in here, and it would cause this to flap back and forth, and I couldn't get a good vent on it. So that project's done. Very dirty, and I'll get cleaned up and figure out what the next thing is. I'll get a fire started. That's what I'll do. Alright, so I'm going to find an area, I'm going to work an area where I've recently cleaned out for this foldable picnic table that has 2 benches. Mother-in-law gave that to Holly and I. We were looking at purchasing one picnic table. We wanted a wooden one. The problem was none of our vehicles can handle a 6-foot picnic table and 5-foot ones and all this other stuff. So she had an extra one, so I cleaned this area last week, and I'm going to level it off, and that will be for the picnic table, as well as if we have family come up, they can throw a tent there and we move the picnic table out of the way. So you can see it's very up and downy, so it's going to take a little bit of work to get that level, but that's the goal here. I was going to start a fire in the tent, but I'm sweating from fighting with that damper. So grab a shovel. Let's get this leveled out. So that is how much light that little 4-inch LED USB port light provides. Illuminates a good portion of the tent. I just got done leveling off the area for the picnic table. It's too dark to show you now. I'll show you what I'm having for supper when I get that cooked, and in the morning I will show you what it looks like where the picnic table is. But that lights up everything. We got that table lantern over there. So for supper having top sirloin steak and corn. You can kind of see that. I'll show you that in the morning. Looks really good. It took about 45 minutes by hand to get all that leveled out. So if anything else happens, I will let you know, but until then, I will talk to you in the morning. Good morning. It has rained since midnight. It's 9 a.m. now. And it really rained a lot. When I get back up, getting the food out of the car, I keep it down there, or whenever Holly and I are there. Here we keep it just for the off chance that something might want to come and dig through the cooler. So when I get back up to camp, I will show you the wagon, the gorilla cart. There's a lot of water in that. Fire in the stove in the tent, wonderful. The damper was the issue. That thing kept it going all night, kept it about 65-ish in the corner, so inside the tent average probably about 70. So that was good, but it just rained and rained and rained. Tent didn't leak at all, so that's good. So now all the things that I wanted to do today, I have to prioritize and figure out what do I have to get done today to be prepared for next week for archery season. Well, I do want to try to get some wood, so I'm going to get at least one cart full of wood. I do want to make that bench that I've got partially made. Shoot the bow with the broadheads, make sure that that still flies the way it's as true as the field points. Hang the tree stand, and I think that's all that has to be done. So I've got time to do all that. It's still raining a little bit here. So that's the priority. We're going to fix breakfast, shoot the bow, make the bench, get some firewood, and hang the tree stand. And if there's time for other things, then that's what I'll do. I'll also show you the picnic table area that I did last night right at dark that was too dark for you to see. So gonna get breakfast going. I'll show you that. We're gonna have pancakes and hash browns, and then salvage what part of the day is left. I mean, we're in the Northwoods of Wisconsin. It's not terrible. You can see here the puddles just on the road here. It's kind of a sandy rock road, as a lot of these second and third type of roads are. So here is the amount of water knuckle deep in our cart, and then I'll show you the picnic area that I made last night, which I'm glad I did, because now I couldn't do it today because it's just, there's mud everywhere. Under the table it never got wet, but you can see the splatter up. There's a lot of rain, but looks real nice. Now that can be moved and a tent can go there if need be, but it's got a nice walk path here from the cooking area, and looks real nice. I think it turned out real good. Now, is it completely level? No, but that's just, you know, I'm not laying a patio down. I'm just getting a table and chairs that are fairly level. So, alright, now I'm going to get the wood. I've got some kindling in the tent, which is dry, and some of this wood that I've got here, if I dig deep enough, it's dry. But I'll start with the kindling inside to get that started, and a piece of dry wood in there. I'll shave it down with the axe, get it going, and then I can throw one of these wetter pieces on and it'll dry out by the time it gets time to burn that. So, okay, so here's how I'm going to try to get wet wood to burn. Over on the pine pile, I took and split a piece to where I could get the internal portions of dryness. The outside's wet, but the dry, and that's going to be the foundation. Then I'm going to take paper, build a nest of paper, and then I'm going to put the small tinder on it, trying to get it to burn. And then I've got a piece of pine that I had inside the tent that I got a couple of weeks ago that was in the wood box that is completely dry. And I'm going to try to get that to take, and then if that takes, then we'll put some of this wetter wood on. So this is more of a waxy paper, so I don't know how well that's going to work. So we'll lay that on top of that. And then I've got this all split real thin. Let's see if any of this will take. Okay, let's see what we can make happen here. That's okay. Try to light it in multiple areas here. Get something to take. It is still misting or light raining right now, but it's just about cleared out, and then we're going to have all the droplets off the leaves for the rest of the afternoon, or day. Let's just move that just a little bit. Now the reason for this down here is so it's not sucking up the moisture from the fire pit. It adds kind of a dry base. Well, it seems to be working. Let's add these other pieces of pine here. Gently. Fire in the rain. And that's how I start a fire after it's rained all night, and probably at least an inch of rain, or half to an inch of rain. Always keep dry wood somewhere, whether it's under a tarp, in the tent. Have kindling, small twigs that are dry. If you're at a permanent campsite like this, permanent location, a lot of wood can get wet, but you need some dry stuff in order to get the fire going. Well, it's come another big downpour, and it's been raining for the last 20 minutes. Still trying to cook breakfast in the rain. Radar indicated this would be over by now, but it's still forming in behind the initial stuff that went through last night. But we will get it done. Well, after a nearly 6-hour plus delay, it has stopped raining, and I'm out hanging one of the bow stands for this week, or for next weekend, and I'm going to hang it here. Got screw-in steps, going to go up 15, 18 feet. It appears I have some kind of trail back there, Goes through there. I've got this opening here. I know I'm cinting everything up, but kind of don't have a choice. Got to get this up because this is such new property. We haven't had time to cut trails in or really heavily, you know, put permanent stands in. So I will get this stand put up and I'll show you when I get done. Okay, got the tree stand hung. I've got the screw-in steps. It's about, well, it's 8 yards with the rangefinder when I look straight down. So that would be approximately 24 feet. I think it's somewhere close to that. Got the screw-in steps going up, and then got a rope here to pull the bow up. Still very wet here, but anywhere I'm going to shoot, at least while the leaves are on, like from the tree stand, in the tree stand to that tree there is 17 yards. I can't, there's got to be something that's walking through here. I have had a trail cam back in that area, and I'm going to move it again so I can kind of oversee what's going on here over the next week and what to expect, because where the camera is over there, they're not moving in the mornings or in the evenings. They're moving at, like, most times between 10 a.m. and 4, or 10 p.m. and 4 a.m. So real early, the first weekend we were up here, I put a trail camera about 30 yards back up over there, and had a buck and a doe kind of in this area. So we'll see what we've got, but that's what we've got. Got tree stand up. I'm gonna have a safety harness on whenever I'm up there, and it's just going to be very tight and confined, which is fine. I don't need, and I'm not interested in shooting, 30 yards through the woods at a deer with a bow. Gun, that's different. Bow, not so much. So that's where we're at. That job is almost done. I got to do a little trail work and then put the camera up, and then I'll head back to camp. Well, thank you so much for hanging out with me this very wet weekend. If you made it this far, let's put rain in the comments. R-A-I-N. Didn't get very much accomplished out of the 18 things I wanted to get done. I think I got like 3 done. Priority was hanging the tree stand. I'm not going to lay the weed barrier until the rock comes next week, just so people are not curious about why there's weed barrier there. But got the camp all secured up. Security camera on. And we will see you next time.